Narcissistic abuse. Learn how to recognize, recover, survive, and become free from toxic relationships, emotional abuse, narcissistic ex, and narcissistic mother by Lilian Wagstaff. Narrated by Susan Piper. Introduction. Numerous victims have endured different kinds of narcissistic abuse, and this kind of agony runs so deep that you could not imagine it before you have experienced that horror yourself. Researchers state that narcissistic personality disorder is a mental illness in which individuals are exaggerated and revered profoundly. They believe they are superior to others and have no respect for the feelings of other people. Yet, there is a fragile confidence under this mask, vulnerable to the slightest criticism. The deepest ones are the ones who formed the closest ties with the narcissistic figure. The nearer you get, the greater the chance of figuring out the narcissist. He throws his hurt self at those who love him most and punishes them for showing his vulnerabilities. The penalty can be seen as cold, remote, struck, attacked, blamed, undetermined, and more. Although this charmer can be sweet as sugar in public, he can be a psychopath behind closed doors. In a narcissistic relationship, the greatest symptoms is uncertainty. The victim is also very uncertain about what actually happens and often takes partial blame for the folly. Narcissism is rarely evident, but it is often harmful. It is a disruptive force that seduces and kills everything in its immediate path in the world. Many who recover from narcissistic abuse enjoy this stage of seduction. You can recall how sweet and long it was when they still had confidence in the relationship. Now confidence is gone and narcissism is in its full glory, and the revenge of this maddening disease will not escape because the narcissist does everything he can to make him responsible for his misery with his partner or former wife. While victims are paying enough, they are protected and are searching for assistance to keep narcissism away from their lives once and for all. I urge victims of narcissistic abuse, no matter how bad the condition is, to forget their victim status and start posing not only as survivors, but as thrivers. When one says no more to abuse, it is a huge step, one to be celebrated. I advise them to find positive in their condition even though the good ones decide to say no. Through a spiritual viewpoint, I approach rehabilitation, advising most people to search for the higher purpose for their relationship with the narcissist. In a way, the narcissist is a trigger of shift, which causes the former victim to find herself destroyed after the storm. She has to gather and reassemble all the items, but in a new way. She gets to pick the pieces to come together if she wants. Seeing yourself as a victim prevents you from being motivated. We don't feel so helpless when we look at our condition and see that we played a part in making it and that we play a bigger role in building a much better future. We can't take responsibility for the narcissist or his conduct, but we can certainly take charge of how much they can destroy us. We may finally make the decision today that, regardless of the circumstances, he no longer has the ability to kill us. His power is not real. We must take inventory to see where our strengths and our weaknesses are. To know who we are at a deeper level is a tool to avoid more abuse. This also helps us to understand that all the things our abusers said about us weren't real. This was just a test. When we remember our strengths, we may welcome them to help us create a life free from narcissism. Often it takes a big storm
Sample complete. Ready to continue?